Students, in your childhood you must have understood the body parts of a human, body parts of animals. Now we have to understand the body parts of our country. In the language of geography, they call it as physiographical divisions. So broadly, India has got each and every type of physiography. Nature has blessed our country with different type of physiography in different parts. So broadly it is classified as four. The first one is the northern mountain range. As in North India, there is a range of mountain. When a series of mountains together they form a range. So the northern mountain region, the peninsula plateau. So peninsula is a high tableland, a flat land but above the sea level. So peninsula plateau, the great plains. Now from the mountains there are so many rivers flowing down, and where the rivers are flowing, in between there is a flat land, in between it is a plain land, and having water also and having plain surface and a very good soil, they become the granary of our country. And the coastal plain and island, the water bodies surrounded in the peninsular India, they have coastal region, and each side we do have islands as well. So basically India is divided in mountains, plateau, plain and coastal region. We shall understand each one in detail in every class. So the first one we will learn is the northern mountain region. So in North India there are so many mountains. The mountains are Himalayan mountains, but then they are classified in three ranges. Before understanding the classification, I would like to share with you about how Himalaya originated. So lakhs of years back there was a sea called Tethys Sea. So this Tethys Sea was a water body where this northern Himalayan range is today. And suddenly an earthquake came up, and then two lithographic slides, they came up as a fold mountain, and we know them as Himalayas now. So Himalaya has its own importance. All the clouds coming way from different regions in south, they get banged with the Himalaya and are bounced back, giving us more rain. More importantly, this Himalayan range acts as a barrier. All the snow coming from China, Nepal, Tibet is taken over by Himalaya, not allowing it to come in India. So we can say that it is doing dual job, protecting us from cold and giving us monsoon as well. So from Tethys Sea it got originated, and there are so many water bodies also coming out from it, which is a next topic to discuss about. Coming back to Himalayan types, it is three subtypes: the Himalayan mountain region, the entire mountain region, the trans-Himalayan mountain range, a little farther to the Himalayas, and Purvanchal. Purva means east, so the Himalayas in eastern India, eastern part, are Purvanchal or eastern hills. These are the main ones, the Himalayan mountain range. It starts from Jammu Kashmir in west. So from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh in east it goes. So, and then there are three segments. This is India if we consider. Then the closest one towards the country is Shivalik, what we call as outer Himalaya. Inside that there is one more parallel range, because it is in between the two, we call it as inner Himalayas, and the actual name is Himachal. And after that comes the greater Himalayas. The name is greater is because they have very huge hills. The mountains like Mount Everest, very important hill stations, they all are here, and it is also known as Himadri. So either Himadri or greater Himalaya, Himachal or inner Himalaya, and Shivalik or outer Himalaya. These are the three mountain ranges. Within these ranges there are so many hill stations. We call them, the local people there call them as Dun, like Patli Dun, Kotli Dun, Dehradun. These hill stations are ideal place for us to cherish nature. Along with that, mountain K2, Kanchenjunga, the peak hill stations, the hills, they are also within them, and it is believed that the size is still increasing. So maybe after few centuries the size would be even more than what it is today. They form one of the tallest mountain ranges on earth, and it is matter of pride for us that we in India are blessed with it. After this main Himalayan region, the mountainous region, there is yet another region, we call them as Trans-Himalayan mountain region, which is also known as Tibet Himalaya because the outside part falls in Tibet. It is situated in the north of Himadri. This is Himadri, and this is the entire Himadri, and in north of Himadri, so somewhere here. This is India. The inside part of Himalaya is Shivalik. In between comes inner. We also call them as Himachal, and then Himadri or greater. And above that comes this Trans-Himalayan mountain range, what we call as Tibet Himalaya. And finally, in the northeastern states, whatever Himalaya falls, we call them as Purvanchal hills. So we have many hills there, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills. There is a part connected with the plateau also. There are hills also. There is a beautiful river passing also. So this Purvanchal has its own beauty. This is the heart of the Himalaya, but these also cannot be ignored. So in all, it's all about the mountainous region. The mountainous region that falls in the North India. We do have other mountain regions as well. Like we have Aravalli Hills also. In South also we have many mountains. But in a northern region, this is the mountain ridge we are talking about. And that's very prime and crucial. So we are studying it in detail. In the next class, students, I'll be teaching you the Peninsula Plateau. Keep in touch. See you then. Bye-bye.